Thank you very much. Senator Banks, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations to both of you on your nominations to very important posts in our United States military. General Donovan, Communist China was a main supporter of the Maduro regime and has a growing presence throughout Latin America. How is China at large supporting threats to the United States, specifically in our hemisphere?
Senator, again, how I look at that question, again, and obviously not in position yet, and if confirmed, this is a priority, but just normal study in life. You look where China is infusing themselves into key locations in South America, specifically lines of communication, ports, airfields, roads, tunnels, the Panama Canal, everywhere that they can gain influence, they can gain access and placement to not only increase their capabilities or their desires, but to counter ours specifically in a time of conflict.
Can you talk more about how the Maduro regime specifically worked with Communist China to expand their influence in the Western Hemisphere?
Senator, I do not have any additional details on that, but what I pledge is that if confirmed, I need to dig in deep into that because I believe we'll see similar patterns throughout the region.
Going forward, though, what actions would you like to see from the new government in Venezuela that would tell us that they are decisively rejecting malign Chinese influence in our hemisphere?
Senator, not privy or involved in any decisions right now and discussions. I believe most of those you're referencing would be policy or diplomatic. If confirmed, my task is to create military options and solutions to backstop any of the options picked or selected by the president.
Okay, I get that. How does countering Chinese activity in our hemisphere support Indo-PACOM's mission to deter China in the Pacific, as laid out in the National Security Strategy?
Senator, just geographically, if you look at the links between the Indo-PACOM or the Pacific and South America, specifically South and Central America, it's clear there are direct links. And if you hear Admiral Paparo talk about the Indo-Pacific, yes, there is a line between two geographic combatant commands, but our threats, our enemies don't care about our lines. And it highlights the importance that we work in a more global perspective, in this case, specifically NORTHCOM, SOUTHCOM, and Indo-PACOM, and leveraging the other functional combatant commands like CYBERCOM to ensure that we're providing truly best synchronized military options.
So specific to the role that you've been nominated to, how can we, the members of this committee, support SOUTHCOM as you try to keep our hemisphere free of control of Communist China?
Senator, how I look at that question and how I've been considering in my mind what levers of action or power or influence we could take, building on what SOUTHCOM is, again, very good at, which is building partnership capacities, but through a new look in the NSS, what other tools do we have to bring to bear? I think of the officers, if I think of the Economic Defense Unit, the Office of Strategic Capital, are there other elements of American, I would say power, but American influence we could apply on top of military, on top of diplomatic, to really come up with creative and more innovative solutions to help counter even more aggressively, Senator?
Look, I fully support President Trump. I believe he's absolutely right to go after illegal oil tankers from Venezuela, Iran, and elsewhere. General, can you talk about what more you all are doing to track and seize oil tankers, or what you will when you're confirmed to this important role?
Senator, in my current role as a SOCOM Vice Commander, I'm not tied to any of those planning processes. If confirmed, obviously we'll be fully, and not only tied to them, but leading the military options for the planning process. Very proud of the U.S. military that can project power anywhere in the globe to address those capabilities, those threats that PRC has.
And many of these tankers were already sanctioned by the United States for their illegal activity. What is the impact on the Venezuelan, Cuban, and Iranian regimes when our forces in SOUTHCOM prevent these tankers from getting oil to their market, wherever it's going?
Senator, at this time I've not dug into that topic. I pledge you that I will, but I don't know the intel assessments at this stage. It will become a priority if confirmed.
Okay, thank you. I yield back.